Hello, this is a video for parents. So first of all, if you're watching it, thank you so much for taking the time to have a look. I'll try and keep this short so you're not listening to my droning voice rattling on for a long time. Those of you who are not sure who I am, my name is Mrs. Delves and I am the early years leader and one of the reception teachers at Belfield Infant School. Now, the idea of this video is just a very quick introduction to phonics for yourselves, because I'm aware that I can rattle on in the videos to the children and you're probably not entirely sure sometimes of what it is I am talking about. So it's a very, very quick whistle-stop tour of how we teach children how to read. So the first steps that we go through when teaching children how to read is just to immerse them in lots and lots of stories, just building up that vocabulary of stories, telling their own stories, making up their own stories. Before you even actually teach them how to read, they've got to be able to do lots and lots of talk and have a really good vocabulary. So I know you are sharing stories all the time and it's so important to hear lots and lots of different types of stories. So please keep practicing with the reading, even put on the CBeebies bedtime stories. It's people like Tom Hardy who read stories for the children. So that's always another great way if you've run out of books or if you sometimes just want 5 minutes with a cup of tea. I know what it is like being a mum myself. I've got 2 children, so I know sometimes, especially now when we're stuck at home, it can be really, really tricky. So well done though for persevering with all the home learning. Really, really do appreciate it. So we're immersing in stories, we're listening to stories, and we're sharing lots of stories all the time. Then we start to teach the children the sounds that letters make. So you'll have seen me in these videos holding up our super speedy sounds. So what we do is we teach the children the sounds that the letters make. So yes, if we were to see that at home ourselves, we would say the letter F, because that's the name of the letter that we know. So we've got letters F, we've got the letters, oh, that's not a letter, that's a special friend. We've got the letter R, but we think about the sound that it makes. And these are pure sounds, so there's a certain way that we say them. And alpha blocks are great, and actually the children are really good as well. So if I had that letter F, this doesn't make the F sound. You don't put that, what they call the schwa, the on the end. You make the F sound, F sound. And then we've got this one here. You'd make the S sound, B, B, B sound. I'll just do one more, this one here. It's an interesting one because sometimes people might say L, but we don't. We say L, 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 L. Keep going with the alpha blocks, they'll help you. And maybe I might do a very, very quick video after this one of the pronunciation of all the sounds. So if you fancy listening to my dreary tones, I can say some sounds for you as well. And once we start to know these sounds, alongside it, we do something called Fred Talk. Now, we follow a scheme at school. It's just called Read, Write, Ink, RWI, and it just helps us with our reading. And Read, Write, Ink has a character called Fred. He's a green frog. Haven't got him here. He's actually at school. And Fred talks in a funny way. So instead of saying the word, Fred says the sounds. So if you had something like a pen, Fred wouldn't say pen. He would say N. And what children would do is they would, in their minds, they'd get those sounds and they'd put the sounds together to distinguish the word. So something like a coat, maybe your egg, and it's just being able to hear those sounds and put them together. So it's great that if we know these sounds, fabulous, super, wonderful that we know them, but it's being able to do something with them that is the important part, and it's putting those sounds together. So as well as showing them, we do lots and lots of Fred Talk at school. When we're getting ready, oh my goodness, that's flickering away in the background. When we're getting ready for playtime, we will say, go and get your coat. Can you do up your zip? So it's lots and lots of that, breaking the word into sounds. And sometimes you might say, right, I'm thinking of an animal. It's got 4 legs. It's a cat. At. I guarantee you, to begin with, they might say horse, dog. You're thinking, no, I've listened for the sounds. At, frog. That is perfectly normal. And please don't worry if that's what your child is doing to begin with. All I can say is just keep practicing. Practice. You get very exasperated. You're thinking, no. But honestly, one day they have what we call the light bulb moment, where it just clicks and all of a sudden they just know how to put those sounds together. So perseverance is the key. Keep going with it. So lots of Fred talk, lots of saying the sounds. And then from that we move on to showing the sounds and putting the sounds together to read those words. Let's just find some nice easy ones for you. So if we had the sound, we'd say the sounds B, we'd say the sound E, and we'd say the sound D. And then we would put those three sounds together to say the word, which is our Fred talk, putting our sounds together. So we can see now B, ed. And the trick is to say them faster. So if you're going B, E, D, it's a bit harder than if you're going B, ed, B, ed, B, ed, bed, and all of a sudden they say bed. Sometimes you might have to, if they're really struggling, you might have to just say the first sound and then put the last two together. So B, ed, 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 bed. So keep putting those sounds together. If you wanted to buy a set of these sound cards, you can get them from Amazon. So if you just search on Amazon for RWI, Read Write Ink, Speed Sound Cards, they've got little colours around them, and that's a home kit. And I've actually got a set at school that the children like to play with as well. So don't worry if they look different, it's just they've got a colour on them. So RWI Speed Sound Cards, and they can just play with them and explore the different sounds. So that in a nutshell is a very quick how we teach children to read. Immersion of stories, knowing what sounds we have got, and lots of the Fred talk, so putting the sounds together, just saying them, and then showing the sound representation and putting those sounds together to read your words. And then sometimes, very quickly, last bit, you come across ones like this, and they're digraphs is the technical term for them, and we call them at school special friends, and all that means is it's two letters that when you see them together they make one sound. So when you see it in the words, as you've seen me maybe do in some of the videos, you don't say k, you just know that you put the two together to make the ch sound. But if you keep watching my videos, I'll be doing lots of the Fred talk, I'll be doing lots of the going over the sounds, I'll be doing lots of the breaking it up, Fred in your head, say the sounds in your head and then put them together, and lots of what we call the red words, which are words that you cannot use Fred talk for, like he, to, the, and said. So if you have watched this video, thank you very much for taking the time to listen to my dulcet tones. And if you have any questions, it doesn't have to be about the work that we're setting, it could be anything at all, anything that you're struggling with, anything you want advice with, then please phone us at school. Hopefully I'll be back at school soon, so I'll be able to return your phone calls, or email us. We're on our emails all the time and we'll answer your questions via email. So all stay safe, take care of yourselves, and we hope to see you really soon.